Hey everybody, I'm JimClassic and you are watching Geekin. And today I will be doing a toy review of the Transformers Studio Series Voyager class Starscream. And also, just for the lulz, I am including this knockoff upscaled Legends class version of Starscream called Defender Robot. I found it at Family Dollar. Sorry, I actually really do hate doing this, but a sarcastic prick. What do you want from me? Yeah, doing another Bayformers toy review. As I've said, it's a topic of contention for me. I've always had a love-hate relationship with the Bayformers series as a whole, and I find Starscream to actually be a pretty big offender. But I'm not really here to get into that. I am here to talk about the toy itself. So, let's get started. Let's get moving. Let's get moving on with this business. So, I figured for starters, we'll talk about the Legends class knockoff toy. Like I said, it got at Family Dollar for maybe $1. I don't really remember. But it's obviously beaten up. It looks awful. On the back, we have the 4-part instructions, plus we see like a pink Optimus Prime. I think that's Transformers Prime RC right there, and I don't recognize this one. No, I don't recognize that one. I don't know who CK Brands are, but CK Brands apparently has the bootleg copyrights to this, and there is that. So let's focus more on Starscream. He is the star of this show. Okay. How's the lighting look on this? Okay. So here we have Starscream for the Studio Series line. He is number 6 among Wave 1. Studio Series Starscream. The nice Generations logo. Transformers. We have him right there, proudly displayed in the box. On the side, we have a nice little action shot of this horrid monstrosity. We have Autobot symbol. Really, it should be a Decepticon symbol, but whatever. On the side, we have a Studio Series number 6. We have a nice close-up of that horrendous face. Voyager class, I don't know, Spanish, French, and something. I don't know. I really don't know. I've never really paid that much attention. Big screen inspired. Transformers, Starscream, Mission City Battle. So this is how he appeared in the 2007 movie. 26 steps, and here we have Bumblebee, we have Stinger, and we have Optimus Prime, which we've already done. I will probably never buy that Bumblebee. I will maybe never buy Stinger. I don't know. I'm not a huge Stinger fan. And of course we have a little product shot of the backdrop and product shot and all that stuff. So, let's open these two up and see what they're all about. And here we have Starscream and Starscream in their jet modes. Let's just start with the bootleg here. Okay, so we have a pretty horrific looking thing. It's ugly. Yeah. I don't even really know if I transformed it correctly. I mean, not that it was complicated, but just these arm pieces just don't know where they go, and the instructions weren't all that helpful. But I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like that gold plastic. It actually doesn't feel too bad, believe it or not. Like, I mean, there are plenty of knockoffs that just the plastic feels awful. This plastic doesn't feel too bad, and believe it or not, this blue is looking pretty well. It's got a little bit of metallic glitter to it. A little bit of that metallic shine. Like, this is actually this paint job is actually quite premium for something as ridiculous as this. Okay. All right, let's just shuffle that along to the side. Let's just get to Starscream himself. And here we have Starscream in his jet mode, and he is a Raptor fighter jet. I should have Googled it before I started filming, but I did not. I believe his I believe his jet mode is a Raptor. Um, and what can I say? It does look good. I mean, it looks like a very nice jet mode. It's very clean. Pretty much. I mean, this wing isn't entirely snapping together as well as I would like. Actually, no, they're both about even. Okay, so I guess they're locked in correctly. But no, it's a very nice jet mode. It's very clean. I mean, it's not Starscream's correct color scheme. I mean, this is a very it's a very light gray with an even lighter gray and a slightly different shade of gray right there. And, nice little Decepticon Air Force symbol. Of course, we have the real Air Force symbol right there. We have a translucent yellow cockpit. And, we see the afterburners right there, which look pretty cool. And, it just, from the top, this looks like a really cool jet mode. I have to say, I have to give it its props. It looks good. Going underneath, however, and, it's just an explosion of robot kibble. It's pretty bad. It's just all robot kibble. And then, okay, it's not the best, but I mean, really, if you're going to display this toy, you're going to display it. If you're going to display it in jet mode, you're going to display it like with the landing gears down, or you can even display it with a little display stand. If you see right there, a little bit of a peg. Now, Starscream is a little on the heavy side. I was able to snap a nice picture of it in flight. Oh, wow. Well, actually, let's snap these landing gears up. And then put it right there. So, is it? This thing's about to collapse. Alright, so what I'm going to do is... You can display it. I mean, I would get a more sturdy stand than this thing, but I mean, you can actually display it in flight mode. I love those pegs that Hasbro has been display peg holes. I don't know what they're called. I really have no idea what they're called. But I mean, for the past, I guess, 2 years now, Hasbro has been including them with just about every one of their Transformers, and it works, because if you have the stand, you can just display, just about any of your Transformers in a jumping or flying pose. And okay, I'm gonna take this off because this stand is a little on the precarious, Put the landing gears back down. Ba-dum-bum. Okay, so I've already kind of compared them with that. Oh yeah, hold on. There we go. We have it together. Okay, so I kind of compared it with that. This is an enlarged Legends class, which it's just garbage. It's just garbage. But let's take Dark of the Moon Deluxe class Starscream. Yes, I do have another Starscream figure. I don't have that many Starscream. I don't have that many Bayformers Starscream figures. In fact, I only own 3, not counting this one. But yes, anyway, the deluxe class, Dark of the Moon Starscream. Terribly sorry for this little jump edit here. Apparently my camera stopped working, so I had to stop, figure out the problem, and then kind of resume, because I had already started transforming these guys when the camera stopped. So, yeah, let's get to transforming these guys, shall we? here we have Starscream in robot mode. And, okay, may I just take a quick pause for a moment and say, who's responsible for this design? Who did this? Who thought of this? Who approved this? I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that no sober person came up with this design. I'm fairly certain there was a lot of alcohol, maybe other mind-altering substances, but this is not the work of sobriety. Chicken monkey. Hashtag plain not monkey. Anyway, now that I got that out of the way, well, let's start with this. It's awful. It's stupid. It's a stupid piece of crap, okay? Plastic feels solid, but, you know, all molded plastic. You see whatever that is for a face. You might not be able to see it. It's all blurry, but it's stupid. I'm not gonna lie. I do kind of like the gold and black color. You don't see that blue anymore. All the blue is back there in the jet mode, but it's actually ugly. It's ugly. It's stupid, but I like the colors. Okay, let's move on to the main event. Oh no! Don't fall on me! Don't fall on me! Oh, there we go. Had the legs a little bit. I really don't know how these legs go. The legs are pretty bad. So, looking at Starscream, there we go. Looking at Starscream, what we have is, a convoluted mess. He has a very, very bizarre body proportions, to put it mildly. We have a very broad shoulder, and it tapers down into a very tiny, not a very tiny waist, but a thinner waist than the broad body. And we have the chicken legs, and you know, just very, very bizarre body proportions. Again, I've never been a huge fan of movie Starscream, yet for some reason I was compelled to buy this toy. For some reason maybe I was just feeling masochistic that day. I decided to drop $30 on this thing, and I don't hate this toy. That actually hurt me a little bit to say that. I don't hate this toy. This is actually kind of a fun toy. Yeah, it actually is kind of cool. You know, if any of you already owned the deluxe class Dark of the Moon Starscream, the one which I had featured in jet mode here, it's pretty much the exact same transformation as the deluxe one from 2012. They basically just upscaled this Starscream, added a few extra bits, and pretty much called it a day. So yeah, let's just zoom on in here. We have a very there we go. We have a very detailed and ugly head sculpt. Like this this head sculpt, man. Like I said, it's very detailed. It's got some nice paint. You know, I can't fault this thing on the work that they put into it. They put a lot of work into this guy, and for what they did, it looks good. Still ugly as sin, but it looks good. But we have a nice paint. We have a nice head sculpt. It is, I think it's on a swivel. It goes left to right. Part of the transformation allows it to look up. Whoa, allows it to look up. Can't really look down all that much, but you know, we can look up, left and right. All right, that's not so bad. Here we have up and down shoulder movement. Again, it's all part of the transformation. Universal joint right here. We have some kind of a double elbow joint. You know, I mean, it's Bayformers. You gotta think Bayformers. You gotta think multiple elbows, okay? We have elbow swivel, secondary elbow, no other swivel here. Stand up. Stand up, you bastard. We have a ball joint on the wrist. And of course, there's some articulation here. So I mean, we can get Starscream into some expressive poses. For the legs, we have universal hip joint right here. So, can go and do that. No, yeah, I guess this is part of the transformation. This does not count as a thigh swivel. It's just another hinge at the hip. So you can use that if that's necessary. No thigh swivel, as I said. We have the double knee here, and a knee there, and here's a swivel right there, and we have the toe pivot, not toe pivot, toe point, and that's it. That is it for his articulation. Now, for something as broad-bodied, top-heavy as the Starscream is, these tiny legs really do a good job of holding him up. It's kind of clever that they use the landing gears as the heel spur. I really like that. It sticks out very far, and it makes him solid. Again, hate the design, but lots of cool mechanical detail all throughout. As you can tell, his primary color is that light gray. We see a lot of dark gray for the joints, for the mechanical details. We see the lighter shades of gray. We still see the lighter shades of gray right there around the wing flaps. We do see some bronze right in there. Or is that bronze? No, it's not bronze. The light's a little weird. There's some bronze in there and there. Again, on the face, there's more bronze. I cannot fault the level of detail they put into this awful creature. Here around the back, we're starting to lose a little bit of interesting detail. It's mostly just the back panel of the wings, the maneuvering rudders or whatever they're called. But you still get some good detail right there behind the thighs. The crotch piece is kind of exposed, but whatever. Still get to see a lot of cool jet details. You still see the afterburners right there. So I mean, it is kind of boring on the back, but how often are you going to display Starscream from behind? Really. Unless you're doing something where he's groveling at Megatron's feet, you're probably not going to see too much of Starscream's backside. But what you do see pegged right here is his weapon. Now the weapon is removable, just 5mm point. Also 5mm points there, so you can add weapons. 5mm points on the forearms, so you can add weapons. And moving this here, you can attach the weapon right here if you want, which I actually kind of like that, to be perfectly honest. Or in the traditional sense of the actual movie, what you can do is, remember how I said the wrists kind of fold up, which is part of the vehicle mode transformation as well. But you fold it up, you kind of peg that little piece right there, okay, and then you take these little prongs. I don't know what they're called. I forget if it's this way or that. It's that way. So they peg in right there, and again, this is his weapon. This is how he uses his weapon, or how his weapon mode comes out in the movie. And it's kind of cool. All right, it's kind of neat. It's got the 6 missiles right there, and they're in the bronze color as well. Again, the nice mechanical detail, and of course he's got these little 2 short blades. I guess it's a missile launcher / melee weapon, and it's nifty. I gotta say, I gotta say, okay, okay, I do like this toy. It's a fun figure. It's a nice collectible piece. I just don't like it as Starscream, but it's still kind of cool. Okay, so I got that out of my system. Last but not least, to talk about Starscream here is, like all Studio Series figures, he comes with a display background piece. Here we have, right there, it's cardboard, and we're going to move Starscream out of the way real quick. There we go. So, of course, we have number 6, because he's 6 in the series, Studio Series right there, Transformers, logo, Generations, and we have a nice little action sequence, explosions, and wrecked cars from the 2007 finale, the final battle, with when all hell pretty much broke loose on Mission City. And of course, Starscream can be posed right there, and it looks good. It makes a nice display piece. I have no use for that. You know, if I were to use all the display pieces that came with the Studio Series figures, I wouldn't have any room to display the figures. So, but it looks good. You know, it's kind of cool if you're into this sort of thing, if you're into this kind of display piece. Perfect. It's for you. It's just, you know, it's a little superfluous for me, but whatever. Anyway, yeah. So, Studio Series Starscream. Let's get to comparisons, shall we? And for starters, we have Studio Series Blackout. Studio Series Grimlock. Oh, okay. There we go. Studio Series Optimus Prime. Not that he would want to hang out with those two. Well, neither would Grimlock, really. And just for the heck, The Last Night Megatron. And Deluxe Class Dark of the Moon Starscream. And as I said before, him and him are pretty much the same toy, except the Studio Series is bigger and more detailed and overall better. Overall better. And so, yeah, that's it. That's my review of the Studio Series Starscream. If you are a Bayformers fan, I would have to say he is definitely a must-have. He's a solid figure. A really good, fun vehicle mode, very solid. The transformation is actually pretty satisfying, especially if you already have this guy, you know what to expect. And as much as I begrudgingly admit it, it's a fun robot mode, though it is a bit of an eyesore. But you know, it works. It's a fun toy. It scales in well with these other guys. And it's just overall, you know, Starscream is a fun toy. But personally, I will always think of him as Ape Face. I'm JimClassic, and you've been watching Geekin' It.